Hello friends, welcome back to another video. In this video, I will be providing you the solution of our chatbot arcade challenge, Citizen Developer Chatbot Edition, last lab that is Google Chatbot app script. Okay, before starting the solution, I simply want to inform you that I already uploaded the solution of every previous lab except this one. ये वाली lab बची है, बाकी सारी previous labs का solution मैंने अपने channel पे upload कर दिया है. That you can access by simply clicking on the I button on the top right corner. जैसे आप ऊपर I button पे click करेंगे, आप previous सारी labs को access कर सकते हैं. तो जो भी अगर कोई lab बची है तो जल्दी से जाके complete कर लें, क्योंकि 8 मार्च शाम 8 बजे इसकी डेडलाइन है. तब उससे पहले आपको सारी लैब्स कंप्लीट करनी है. ओके, विदाउट वेस्टिंग टाइम स्टार्ट दिस लैब. वेट फॉर द पेज टू बी लोडेड अप. Once the page get loaded, simply click on the start lab button and wait for the credentials. Simply right click on open Google console and open it in private window or in incognito mode, otherwise you will face certain issues. Okay, now email ID will be automatically pasted up. Simply click on the next button. We need the password, so password is given to us. Copy this password, come back to here, paste the password, click on the next button, wait for this to be loaded. Now this is the welcome message that we need to accept. Simply click on the I understand button and we get logged in into our Google Cloud console. Now press pop-up of terms and condition will arise that we need to accept it. Click on this and click on the agree and continue. Now come back to the lab, scroll down, keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling to the task 1. Now right click on this and open it in private window or in incognito mode. Wait for this page to be loaded up. Once the page get loaded, simply come back to the lab and copy this name, attendance bot. We need to copy this whole name very carefully. कोई भी extra spacing या full stop नहीं copy करना है. Come back to here, click on this untitled project, paste the name that we copied, rename it. Now come back to the lab once again. Now scroll down, copy this whole code, come back to here and remove this whole and paste the code that we copied. जो पहले का code था वो पूरा remove करना है और इसको copy करना है. Now click on the settings button or simply come back to that here. Click on the save button. First of all, we need to save it. हमें इसे save करना है. फिर हम settings button पे click करेंगे. Now we need to click this box, show appscript.json file. Click on this. Now come back to this editor. Now you will see a new file here. Click on this application.json. Now come back to the lab, scroll down to the task 2, copy this code, come back to here. Now press under the line number 5, hit enter button, paste the code that we copied, click on the save button, wait for it to get saved. Now come back to the lab, scroll down, keep scrolling, and copy this whole name or consent screen, copy this whole name. Come back to the console, open the Google Cloud console. Under the search bar, type the name that we copied, paste the name that we copied, and open this OAuth consent screen. Wait for this page to be loaded up. Once the page gets loaded, simply click on the internal button, click on the create button. Now for the app name, come back to here, scroll down, copy this attendance bot as the app name, come back to here, paste it under the app name. For the support email, select this email from the drop down, scroll down and keep scrolling. Now we need the email address for the developers. So copy this email address, come back to here. It's showing a latency, don't worry. Paste it here, click on the save and continue and wait for it to get saved. Again, scroll down. Once the page gets loaded, simply click on the save and continue button. Now scroll down, keep scrolling, click on the back to dashboard button and wait for the dashboard to be loaded up. Once the dashboard get loaded, simply click on this three dot icon. From here, we need to select project settings. Now we need to copy this project number. So copy this project number very carefully. ध्यान से copy करेंगे पूरा project number. Come back to the attendance bot here. Now click on the settings. Now scroll down. Now under the GCP section, click on the change project. Scroll down, copy the number that we copied, paste the number that we copied, click on the set project. Come back to the editor. Now after that, we need to click on the deploy button, wait for the editor to be open, click on this arrow, drop down arrow, click on this new deployment. We need to make a little bit changes here. So for the description, come back to the lab, scroll down a little bit, keep scrolling. Now under the configure and publish the chatbot, copy this name, AppScript Chatbot, copy this very carefully. End में जो full stop और comma है वो हमें copy नहीं करना है. Come back to here, paste the description here, click on the deploy button and wait for this to get deployed. थोड़ा सा time लेगा, 1 से 2 मिनट. Once the project get deployed, simply click on the copy button. We need to copy this ID. Open a new tab and paste or save this ID that we copied. हमें यहाँ पर एक save करके रखनी है project ID. Now come back to here, click on the done button. After that, come back to here under the dashboard. Open the lab, scroll down, come back to here. Under the search bar, remove this whole and we need to search for the API. Search API and open the API and services. Search the API and services. Open it and wait for the page to be loaded up. Once the page get loaded, click on the library button and we need to search for API under the library. Library पे आएंगे पहले. Now here search for the Google Chat API. Type Google Chat API. Hit enter button and search for it. Now select this API and we need to manage it or make the changes. Click on the manage button. Page get loaded. Simply click on the configuration button. Now we need the app name, so simply come back to the lab and copy this attendance bot as the app name. Please avoid the background noise. Paste the app name here. Paste it very carefully. Now scroll down. Now for the avatar URL, come back to the lab and copy this avatar URL. एक एक करके हम ये सारी information copy paste करनी है, तो copy करेंगे ध्यान से. Come back to here, paste it under the avatar URL. Now for the description, come back to the lab. थोड़ा सा latency show रहा है, don't worry. Come back to here, scroll down, copy this description. Come back to here, paste it under the description. Description open करेंगे और इसको paste करेंगे. Now scroll down, keep scrolling. Now under this, click on the app script project. Now for the deployment ID, copy this ID that we saved earlier. तो हमने save की थी, इसे copy करेंगे. Come back to here, paste it under the deployment ID. ध्यान से copy करना है, paste करना है. Now scroll down, keep scrolling. Now for the email address, come back to here. Copy this email address very carefully. Come back to here, paste it under here, email address to the add individuals. Paste it here. Now click on the save button. On the save button, it's showing little bit delay. ये हो सकता है इंटरनेट की वजह से भी हो या किसी और कारण से भी हो सकता है. It's a cloud machine, so don't worry. Now once our configurations get saved, scroll to the top. Scroll हमें करना है top तक. Click on the credentials button. Once you switch back to the credentials, we need to again open the configuration. हमें settings थोड़ी change करने के लिए ऐसा करना था. पहले credentials पे switch किया, आप configuration पे वापस आएंगे. Make sure under the app status it is selected as available to users. Now scroll down to the bottom most, click on the save button and wait for it to get saved. Now once it gets saved, simply cut it, come back to the lab, scroll down. Maybe we need to test our bot, but first of all we will try it as manually. Check my progress, check करेंगे. अगर इस पर green tick नहीं आएगा, अब हम Google Chat को open करेंगे. Open it in private window. Now we need to test our chatbot. So wait for this page to be get loaded. So once our page get loaded, simply come back to the attendance bot or actually configuration page. Here we made a mistake or just we may skip one step, that is we need to click on this receive one-on-one message, then click on the save button. फिर से थोड़ा wait करेंगे, उसके बाद हम अपने chat को add करेंगे. Now come back to the chatbot, reload this page. Now click on this. Once the page get loaded, click on the start a chat button. And from here we need to find our app. So click on this. New pop-up will arise. थोड़ा सा delay है, don't worry. Click on the find apps button. Now come back to the attendance bot. We click on this. We need to copy this name, copy it, click on the cancel button, come back to the chat room. We need to search the app name by clicking on here and paste the name that we copied. And select this attendance bot. Wait for it to appear. Click on the chat button. हमने वन ऑन वन मैसेजिंग ऑन नहीं की थी, इसलिए चैट बटन पहले ओपन नहीं हो रहा था, मेरा एरर आ रही थी. लेकिन हमने जब वन ऑन वन यहाँ पर ऑन कर दिया, रिसीव वन ऑन वन मैसेज, तो अब सब कुछ ठीक चलेगा. ठीक है, वेट फॉर इट टू गेट लोडेड और एक्टिव. Once the page get loaded, simply come back to here, click on the check my progress. You will get the green tick in the task number 2 also. You can see assessment is completed. Now head towards the next task. Keep scrolling, copy this code, come back to the console, open the attendance bot, click on this editor, click on this code.js. Now press on the last line and hit enter button. Hit enter once again, paste the code that we copied, hit enter 2 times once again. Now click on the arrow button here, click on the manage deployment. We need to deploy a new version here. Okay, so from here, click on the edit button, click on the version, click on the new version, click on the deploy button and wait for it to get deployed. Once it gets deployed, simply click on the done button, come back to the chatbot once again. Under here, we need to type a message. You can type anything. I'm typing reset, hit enter button. Simply come back to the lab, scroll down, keep scrolling. Click on the check my progress, you will get the green tick. एक बार में हो सकता है नहीं मिले, 2 से 3 से 4 बार ट्राई कीजिए, ग्रीन टिक मिल जाएगा. हमने स्टेप सारे कंप्लीट कर लिए हैं. वेट फॉर इट टू गेट ग्रीन टिक. थोड़ा सा टाइम लेता है सर्वर में इन्फॉर्मेशन अपलोड होने में. You can see we get the green tick in 3 to 4 tries. You can see assessment is completed. Now head towards the next task. Now copy this command. Come back to here. Come back to the attendance board and move the last line. First of all, hit enter. Here's the code that we copied. Come back to here. Scroll down a little bit. Copy the next command. Come back to here. First of all, type enter multiple times and hit enter button. Now once again, come back to here. To the lab. Scroll down. Copy the next command. Come back to here. Paste it here. Now come back to here. Scroll down. Keep scrolling. Now what we need to do, first of all, we need to save the file. So click on this to save the file. After that, click on the services button. Now we need to add a service. So here, scroll down and click on this Gmail API. Click on the add button. Make sure Gmail API था. Yes, Gmail API हमें add करना था. Come back to here. Click on this deploy button. or the drop down menu, click on the manage deployment. We need to deploy a new version. Click on this edit button, click on this, select new version, click on the deploy button, wait for it to get deployed. Once it's get deployed, click on the done button, come back to the console. Now click on the library button. Here we need to enable API. Click on the library, wait for the library to be loaded. So once it's get loaded, simply click on the search bar and type for the Gmail API, Gmail API, and hit enter button. Wait for it to load it. Now we need to enable this API. Click on this Gmail API. By default हो सकता है आपकी ये API enable हो, अगर enable नहीं होगी तो बस हमें enable करनी है. ओके अगर enable है तो आपको manage बटन आ रहा होगा, अगर enable नहीं होगी तो enable का बटन आ रहा होगा. तो अभी ये enable है by default, तो क्या करना है, simply come back to the attendance bot and click on this. Actually attendance bot messaged you, and here we need to test it. So simply come back to the lab and scroll down a little bit, keep scrolling. Now to copy this phrase, I am sick, copy करेंगे, come back to here, paste it here and hit enter button and wait for it. It will take a little bit time to reply. You will see a pop-up like configure. अगर पहली बार में configure का बटन नहीं आया, फिर से I am sick टाइप कीजिएगा, एंटर कीजिएगा, configure बटन आ जाएगा. Click on the configure button. We need to log in with the email ID that is given to us, that is student email ID. Wait for it a little bit. So simply select your student ID. We need to allow some permission. Wait for the page to be loaded. Simply click on this allow button and we get redirected to the bot once again. Wait for it to load. You will see a message like this. You may close this page now. So simply close this page, cut it, and you will see a set vacation in Gmail. So simply click on the block out day in calendar. Wait for the response. Now simply come back to the lab, scroll down, keep scrolling. Click on the check my progress and you will get a green tick in this task also, in the task number 4. Don't worry, click on this. Don't worry, we missed a simple. That is, first of all, we need to click on this set vacation in Gmail. पहले हमें set vacation करनी थी, फिर block out करना है. Don't worry. Now click on this block out day in calendar and come back to the lab. Click on the check my progress and wait for the green tick. You can see assessment is completed. Now our lab is also completed. Congratulations. Click on the end lab button. Click on the submit button. Give the star rating that you want to give. This lab is a little bit lengthier or tougher for me. Click on give the star rating that you want to give. Click on the submit button. कम बैक टू द मेन पेज. थोड़ी सी इस लैब को बनाने में मेहनत हुई है क्योंकि पेज बहुत डिले कर रहा था. आपको शायद इतनी ना देखे क्योंकि काफ़ी वीडियो को थोड़ा कट कर दिया जाता है. सो यस, बात ये मेहनत काफ़ी लगी है, तो आप वीडियो को लाइक ज़रूर करें. स्क्रॉल डाउन, कीप scrolling, open the lab and you will see a green tick beside our lab. Open it. You can see green tick. It means we successfully completed our lab. Okay, so this is the solution of this lab. If you like the video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you have any query, you can ask me in the comment box or on the Telegram group. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you very much. Good.